Hi everybody, welcome. We are Old Head and
Young shoulders.
together we'd like to share with you some ideas, some acquired wisdom,
Definitely.
because we've made a lot of mistakes along the way, Cam, I think it's fair to say,
Yep.
and we're keen to pass on. Each one has allowed us to learn our way forwards. Now, last time we met, this is podcast 4, I think.
4.
Podcast 3, we spoke about staying in touch with what type of person you truly are, having a set of values that guide you, which all sounds fairly high flown, but we pinned it down by talking about habits and behaviours as well.
And fire alarms.
Let's not go to the fire alarm. But Cam was not the perfect student at school.
This might be their first episode.
This might be the first episode, in which case I am his former head teacher. I remember Cam. I remember Cam. And and he made a few poor choices along the way, but he's learnt from his mistakes. He's reinvented himself, and you can do exactly the same as Cam. Now then, this time we've got a question to consider.
Yes, we do. Let me put down the drink. This is a great question. So all the time, on a daily basis, as I say, I receive quite a lot of messages. And my goal really, especially on my behalf, is try and answer as many questions as we can. I still do that on social media, but if we can really dive into it a bit better, a bit more deeper
That's good.
on this podcast, then it's definitely worth it, right? So the question is this: is it bad to not revise on a certain day if you don't feel in the right frame of mind? By this I mean, if I feel I won't absorb it as well, or is it just better just to do it? Bit of spelling mistake there, but the question was basically, if they're not in the mood, should they still do revision, or should they just get on and do it anyway?
I've got a one-word answer to this question.
Don't do it.
Which is, yes, it is wrong not to revise if you happen not to be in the right frame
That's
of
very
mind.
PC. I thought you was going to go in.
No, I mean, let's talk about it. There's something about waiting to get in the right frame of mind. You're never going to get in the right frame of mind to tackle
There's
something
never a perfect
that
time.
you don't want to do. It might be, I don't think this is just about school actually, this is about whether you're training, whether this is a work issue. If you are sitting there, a bit like a writer, waiting for inspiration to strike, it's never going to happen. So I would say, learn to recognise the fact that you're not always in the right frame of mind. You've got good habits going. I would say, let's just aim then, you're not in the right frame of mind, at least get started. Say to myself, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to revise for 25 minutes, just 25 minutes, and then I'm going to have a 5-minute break.
I want to get off of revision right now. I want to talk about big thing, health. Because even health in revision is going to make a difference.
Right, go on.
But it doesn't matter who you are, health is very important. And I also get a lot of questions, even from students, talking about how can they start going to the gym? How can they start to implement them habits, but not just those habits, but also how do they do it when you just don't feel in the mood to do it?
Right. Let's pick you up on that health thing. I think it's relevant to physical health and mental health as well. Your mental health and your physical health are going to improve if you're able to take a few baby steps when you don't want to do something. That's how you learn to be resilient. People complain. They talk in really disparaging terms about young people these days. Young people these days are fantastic. They're called the snowflake generation because they melt away under the slightest pressure.
I've never heard that before.
You should get
What
out.
dinner parties you've been going
you
to,
should,
sir?
You should stay in more, Cam. But I think you learn to be resilient.
I don't agree with that. Old heads, older people, I don't agree with that. We're strong. Maybe you got a little bit of truth behind it.
I'm saying that we all get more resilient by keeping on when you're not in the right frame of mind. So you talked about health. How do you get fit? How do you get down to the gym? Well, have a clear vision of what you're trying to achieve. Break it down into baby steps. Revise for 25 minutes. Give yourself a 5-minute break. Go out for that. I went out for a run the other day. I didn't want to go for a run. I know the first mile of a run is a liar, because you go out for that first mile and it tells you this is horrible, you hate it.
Wow.
Get beyond that first mile and your frame of mind changes. Coming back to that question, is it right not to study when you're not in the right frame of mind? Get yourself in the frame. You shape the frame of mind. You're not a passive person here. If you want to have a more positive frame of mind, you're the only person that can change that, reframe your mind, if you like.
I'm going to get to the point a little bit more in a different angle. Results, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in school, all these things, results as a whole, do not care how you feel. You're not going to always feel like you want to work hard. Results don't care. We talked about plans, we've talked about breaking it down into small steps, but sometimes you just have to get up, even when you don't feel like it, and do the job what's in front of you. It doesn't matter what generation you are, we need to, as people, become resilient. We talk about exams, we talk about the stress and anxiety, what it can create, I understand it. But then you are crazy to think that as soon as you leave school, all stress goes, because it doesn't. You just create new stresses, you have new problems. So sometimes what we are going through as people is setting us up for the rest of our lives, which essentially makes us become relentless and resilient, what we've been talking about. Okay, can too much stress and too much of this be a problem sometimes? Yes. We talk about pressure makes diamonds, but then it also bursts pipes. So there needs to be a balance, right? But at the same time, we can't go through life or live in this unicorn world where we think stress, we shouldn't have it. We're always going to be in a meditated state, because sometimes stress is good. Sometimes stress builds us and it makes us into the people we are. So get off of this whole kind of thing of I've got to be in the mood to do it. I've got to feel great about myself. I have to feel confident. I'm waiting for the perfect time, but unfortunately the perfect time will never ever come. It won't. So get up and do something. And stop using your emotions as an excuse. Do they play a part? Oh, of course they do. However, results do not care about how you feel. And if Michael Jordan always acted on how he felt, he wouldn't be Michael Jordan. If Elon Musk always acted on how he felt, he wouldn't be who he is today. If Barack Obama didn't get up and think, you know what, I got all this hatred against me, and then he decided, you know what, I can't cope, I'm not going to become a president one day, then we wouldn't have had him.
This question really got you, Cam, didn't it? I can see that
too many people use this as an excuse.
Yeah.
And I'm sick and tired of it. In a good way.
Yeah.
But like, it's the fact. You don't need to be the most intelligent person. You don't have to be the most knowledgeable. We talk about work hard and be nice, and that is so important. Okay, I might look like I'm coming off emotional, because I am. I'm an emotional person, I'm sensitive. I'm just being honest. But then also I might come across as quite aggressive. In some ways I am, but that's not aggression, that's passion. I just want the best for people. That's why, do you know what I'm saying? We ain't probably going to get paid off this podcast. We don't care about getting paid. We are putting money into this to make this happen. To have the banner, to rent the studio, to have Gadget Line here. This all costs money. But we are doing it because we got a passion.
So I'm hearing Cam say, get up and turn up. And don't make excuses. You can have results or you can have excuses.
You cannot have both.
You cannot have both. So that's going to help you if you sent that question about revision. It's going to help you if it was about health. It's about happiness as well, actually. The time to be happy is now. Don't wait for happiness to arrive, because it never will. Just enjoy the day. Enjoy the process. The time to be happy is right now.
It's just a deep subject, I think. And it's not just about the question for me. Oh, sorry, Dave. It's not just about the question for me. It just goes to everything. It literally applies for everything.
It's about frame of mind. So turn that phrase around, it's about mindset. You need to develop a mindset that says, I will just keep on, keeping on, baby steps, and then I'll take satisfaction from that process. Sometimes that process is almost worth more than the result. If you just focus on results, nothing changes. Focus on change and you'll get the results. Change your habits, change your behaviour. If needs be, change your values. So focus on change, the results will come.
Right, let's break it down. Being a motivational speaker, I hate that term. However, if I didn't call myself it, would I probably get booked? Probably not. However, motivation, there's a lot of flaws in motivation. What would you define motivation as? The energy to do something, right?
The energy to get started, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Because I think you've got a second career waiting for you, not as a motivational speaker, but as a determination speaker. Motivation is what gets you going. Determination is what keeps you going. Of course that's off. Of course I haven't stolen that from anybody else. Motivation only gets you so far. And motivation's hopeless because you might not be in the right frame of mind for motivation. Determination is more important.
That's the vehicle.
That's the vehicle. Well, now let's not get a motoring metaphor going. So it's the vehicle that's going to set you down the road to success.
As cliche as that sounds.
You won't take any wrong turnings along the way. At least if you do, you'll learn from them. You'll get back on track.
And I think Zig Ziglar said it. He said motivation doesn't last, but nor does bathing. And that's why we do it on a daily basis. So sometimes to get the ball rolling, if you feel a bit down, maybe turn on this podcast. Maybe check out your favourite music video. Maybe check out somebody you inspire to be, read a book. I don't know. Do it on a daily basis. Because if you read something positive, we talked about positive mornings, we talked about all of this. If you start your day right, then you are only setting yourself up for success instead of failure. That's all I have.
So I hope we've answered this person's question. I feel a bit sorry for this person. I think we haven't got a name.
It's not personal, no. I don't do the name.
Well, whoever you are, you sent Cameron the question, and we've given you a bit of a grief, frankly, because we've said no. You've got to.
But also shout out to you. Shout out to them. It takes courage to message me.
Absolutely. So I hope this has been a helpful answer, and don't wait for inspiration, motivation to strike.
Just to finish it off on the question, so the question was, is it bad to not revise on a certain day if you don't feel in the right frame of mind? By this I mean if I feel I won't absorb it, or is it better just to do it? Do what Nike do, and just do it.
Just do it.
Okay, we're going to recap in our special way. I love this bit.
Okay, yes, it's wrong not to revise on a certain day of the week because you're not in the right frame of mind.
Definitely. And as we finish our podcast now, you need to do it, sir. You got the...
Well, folks, we feel that if you want to be successful
in life,
in education, in life, in work, remember two simple things. Work hard.
And be nice. I'm the be nice and the work hard. No, I'm not. I'm just a hard... No? Okay.
In his dreams.
Anyway, Dream Chasers, episode 4. That's done. I've loved it. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, Cam.
And we'll see you at episode 5. Bye-bye.